So it finally happened. I finally crashed a paramotor on YouTube. That's what makes you famous, right? Crashing. Woody said there's two things you gotta do to get people to watch a video. You gotta talk or you gotta crash. I'm gonna do both and see how that does. So I went and done had myself a little bit of a crash on the paramotor. And this is your warning, there is language in this video that will not be suitable for everyone. There's some F-bombs, some SHITs, and probably some stuff you've never even heard of out there that I made up on the fly. So we're gonna watch the video, but I just wanted to give you that little disclaimer. I also want to talk a little bit about, well, I tell you what, let's look at what we filmed, then I'll talk to you. Caden. He's almost a son. Tell him hi, Caden.
Sup?
We're gonna put him straight on the internet. So this is what the face of despair looks like. While we got some light, I'm just gonna show you the damage here. So we hit the dirt and we skidded in right here. And so we got this direction going. There's the wing. I was in a left turn and I was full power. When I contacted the ground, I gave it up as soon as I knew it was over. I was watching for it. I got some scratches on the paramotor here, damaged some netting, busted my prop tips, and that's it. The rest of it's good. Frame's still intact and sturdy. It just took a lick down here to the side. Probably the propeller hit the strings and the dirt. Didn't even contact the inside of the hoop anywhere, so that's good. So let me give you the rundown before we actually watch the video. I got the whole thing recorded. So I'm setting up out here to do a zero-wind Xeno practice day. Like I just can't make it launch. Obviously, I don't know how many attempts I did, 4, 5, whatever. Every time I did it, there was nothing. I'm running full speed. I cannot even inflate the glider. When I get close to where it's not going anymore, I tried to make some turns. I tried to do high wind reverse running inflations. I finally got it to go. Let me back up further. Everything around is drifting out of the south. So I set up for that direction of launch. After I blew 2 or 3 of them, I thought, what happened? So I set up my own windsock, which I should have done to begin with, of course, and it's showing north, freaking north. And then I set up over here on the south end of the field so I could do a north launch. And I was supposed to go over here in this crack, like I was aiming there, but the wing went crooked. I hit the gas and I actually got the wing inflated and flying. And it was way over to my left, so I had to run under it. And when I ran under it, it put me running straight at this tree. Now, I had 2 options and I knew what was fixing to happen. I rolled the dice. I thought if I could get around it and miss the ground and not spin out, I'm okay. So I'm going toward the tree, full speed. I come off the ground about here. I know you can't see it from the camera. We're maybe 20 yards from it, and I start to turn. And I'm looking at the glider, and I know where the ground is. I know I'm right on the ground. I don't want to snag the tree. I don't want to rip up the Xeno. It would definitely pop lines on this gnarly tree. Well, about that time, missed the tree, skeetered into the ground right there. And look how close I was. So here's the tree, right? And I'm crashing in this direction, and that's where I crashed, just right there. And I missed the tree. The glider never hit the tree, you know, so mission accomplished there. Like I was telling my boy Caden here, I had 2 options, either crash the glider into the tree or miss the tree and risk contacting the cage onto the ground. And I did, and I lost. But I'm not hurt. Oh, I got a grass stain, yeah. I always make jokes about, you know, when you crash a paramotor, the worst thing you get is a grass stain. Well, there you go. That one's getting worn to Christmas dinner tonight, my friends. I'm gonna pack up the carnage and go eat some supper. Might give it another shot tomorrow or something. What's up, everybody?
Subscribe and turn on the post notifications. Kyle out.
Okay, so a couple of items of note about this flight. It took me several tries. There was a previous video where I was launching the Xeno in a Neil wind with the Atom 80, and it's the most trouble that I've ever had launching a paramotor in modern times. You know, even back in the beginning, I might have blowed a launch or 2, but 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row, that's the stuff that's coming up with this Xeno paraglider, trying to launch it in 0 wind. And what it actually turned out upon final inspection or later inspection was there was actually a tailwind involved. At least on some of them, I know for a fact. It's hard. Zero wind launches are hard. Looks like I have company. I'm going out on a date with the girls tonight, and we're going to some kind of fancy place. In case you're wondering why I'm dressed in a suit and tie, I thought I would shoot this video in between because I get them in where I fit them in. There's really no schedule for video production. I just do. Like, I got a half hour here, so I'm making a video. It's Jennifer's birthday. We're going out to party like it's 1999 when really it's 2019. Really? They're ringing the doorbell? And the dogs bark and the video gets wrecked. Get them, dogs, get them. The middle of the day was just all over the place. Light, variable, no real wind direction. We'd get a thermal pulling one way, a thermal pulling another. And that lasted all the way through the evening. When it actually went calm was kind of at sunset. But before that, you would get these little fluxes of wind. I call them fluxes. It's not really wind like meteorological winds, but thermals that are pulling wind one way or another. And that's what we were seeing on this day. I would set up in one spot and go for it, and I'd get nothing. There was several aborts. I mean, there was several aborts. And the one where I actually crashed was a launch. Like, I came off the ground. But things had gotten so wacky that the direction had changed. I may have even been getting a tailwind. If you look at the launch video, like how fast the wing comes up, like it's not wanting to come up. Like, I'm in the power, hammering on it, full tilt with the A's in my hand, and the glider is just barely coming up to fly. So what I think was happening was just a bad luck of the draw, a bad roll of the dice. Like, it was a gamble that I lost. I was set up, and as I would do the inflation, I would catch a bit of a tailwind, and the glider would lag behind me, and it would never actually fully come up. And you'll see that in some of the examples that I filmed here. We're gonna watch the whole thing and see what's going on.
Sorry.
I hear people talking in the house. Somebody's looking for someone. I'm not exactly sure what's going on out there. That's the gist of it. That's what happened here. I wanted to treat it kind of like a practice session. Like, I didn't care that I was blowing launches. I'm huffing and puffing and steaming and out of breath most of this. Like, the stuff I say, some of it you can't even understand it because I'm kind of halfway out of breath when I'm doing it. I was probably out there for 45 minutes doing launches, and I cut out a lot of just the heavy breathing, walking around, resetting. I spliced in all the stuff that I actually said verbally, all the launch attempts, and overall, by the time it was said and done, there was a solid 45 minutes of launch attempts. Well, hey there, Chopper. You want to be in the video? Look here. Chopper came to be in the video, guys. Hey, what's up? You opened the door, huh? Don't get dog hair all over me. Like, I'm dressed nice, man. You have to go. I love you and everything. Oh, Gizmo, yeah, you're even worse. You've got white hair. What? You're trembling with excitement? Everybody came into the studio to see what Daddy's doing back here. That's what's going on. So where was I at? Oh yeah, again, because of the struggle that I had in a previous video, I wanted to turn this into a practice session, like a full-on, let's figure out why we can't launch this glider in zero wind. And it may just be that I'm too old and fat and lazy, and I'm not lazy. I mean, who makes 6 or 7 attempts, right? That's like probably just me. Most people quit after 3. I don't even think I took the motor off, but maybe twice. After all that, I actually did make the launch. And I think it's when I realized that I was probably getting a tailwind out of the whole situation. I had smoke like 2 blocks to my right, 2 blocks to my left. I had smoke indicators all coming out of the south. So I thought, why would I put up a windsock when I can see all this stuff going on? Like, I just need to launch into the wind that I'm seeing here. Why are they yelling? Gosh, this is painful to shoot a video and have to try to focus on who's yelling about something. Who's yelling? What do y'all need? I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on in there. I'm gonna have to cut this. I'm gonna have to go find out what in the shit, or shut the door or something. Hey, Christy, will you shut that door?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm videoing. I'm making a studio video.
In your underwear?
Yeah. I'm in my underwear.
That's funny.
Yep. This is how newsmen do it, right? That look good? Okay, I think what was I even saying? I'm so distracted from all of the shenanigans that are going on outside, inside, doors slamming, people yelling. Like I say, I'm trying to fit them in where I can fit them in. So we're fitting them in right here, right now. So yeah, what do? We set up the environment. Like, we got wind coming from every which direction, very light puffs of wind, nothing is real strong. Some little level of wind, and what I was seeing visually was smoke coming out of the south. So all my attempts were that direction. If I had just taken my windsock out like a proper, okay, now there's trucks pulling in, backing out. Bye, guys. Get on task, Kyle. Get on task here. We've got we've got wind coming out of the south. So I thought, no, that's not what was going on. Wind was coming out of the north. By the time I realized that, it was so many attempts into it that I was just spent. And even when I did set up for the north, I believe it actually stopped and changed, and I was getting a bit of south when I finally got it going. But because of that, I was off center. I was my line that I had picked to launch, like, I was totally about 45 degrees off of that, straight toward a tree, too tired to quit again, and so I just went for it. I knew if I got off the ground and turned quick enough, maybe I could avoid the tree and get out of there. Well, I was 50% right. I avoided the tree. I did not get out of there. I slid it in like Ricky Henderson, stealing second base. It cost me 2 prop tips, a quarter panel of cage netting. I don't even think I lost any pride on this one. Like, I knew what I was doing. I still don't know why I'm having so much trouble launching in 0 wind with that glider and that motor. I don't know. That's a hard glider to launch. Like, if you've not stepped into the 2-liner stuff in 0 wind. Now, high wind, there's kind of a whole opposite set of circumstances to deal with, but in dead 0, that glider is a beast to get off the ground. And I think the fumbles that I'm having is I'm actually catching puffs of tailwind when I'm doing the inflation. And I know that was the case for a few of these, but not for all of them. So now that I've repeated myself like 4 or 5 times on every point, I think we should get to the video and just let you watch it. Maybe I'll just edit in all the parts that make sense. I think I've said it all at this point, so let's just watch it and see what unfolds here.
I couldn't stand it, guys. Had to come back for more.
It's just a matter of raw performance now, boys and girls.
Wrong.
The swing does better if you grab the strings, not the risers. Damn, those wood handles done grab some lines. Shit. That sucked. I hit the gas and I dropped the riser. Like it fell out of my hand. That's gonna need another layout. Oh well. It's worth it. Speed bar tangle already. One night I did this 4 times. Y'all remember that video? That was fun. That's alright though. It's gonna be worth it. Hold on to him this time, Kylo. Was I getting complacent in my grip there? Is that what that was? Shit. No. No. All right. Fast, no wind, reverse. Shit. Oh, that's hard. That's hard. Oh, if I would have gave it a little more, I might could have done it. Fuck it, I'm gonna try it again. What else I got to do? Oh, I love sweating. Makes me feel so good. Okay. Damn. Shit. I need some wind, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. If I could just get it up and flying, I'd win. Do I concede? Shit, I don't know. I think there must be some Is there north in it? Shit, I don't know. I gotta find out though. I've been doing fucking tailwind launches. Shit. I suck.
You suck!
That's certainly some good intel. I just don't believe it's been blowing like that the whole time. Everything I see anywhere is coming out of the south. And right here at this field, it's blowing out of the effing north. Ain't that just a kick in the fucking nuts? I bet I'll launch this one. Wouldn't that be cool though if I succeeded in a 3-mile-an-hour tailwind Xeno forward launch? I wonder if I got any hustle left in me. I'm an old man. Shit. I can't believe I missed that. Oh. How'd I miss that? Sweat's gonna be worth it. Sweat's gonna be worth it. Shit. Fucking shit. Shouldn't have did it. Shouldn't have did it. Fucking spun it in. Had it, lost it. Hey, what's up, man? I messed around and crashed. You see it? Oh, hit. So I had to turn so hard that I spun it out and flew into the dirt over here.
Did it hurt?
No, I just kind of, I think that's where I kind of slid it in right here. Anyway.
Just trying to get everything straight.
Yeah, I was just done. I mean, I'm done trying now, so I was going to drive the truck over. So I just wanted to include this little bit right in here now. Let's talk about maybe some of the reasons that this thing happened, which shouldn't have happened. Upon some self-reflection and review of the footage here with you guys, probably the biggest contributing factor was I didn't set the windsock up to begin with. Now that's something that I always do. That's part of my routine. But in this specific situation, I had smoke in 3 different locations that I could see, all within a couple blocks of me, like plainly visible. It looked like I could see the wind. Although at the field where I was at, I feel relatively certain that it was blowing the wrong way, even from what I was seeing. And I've seen that before on light and variable days. Once you're flying, you can see the smoke drifting in every direction, but sometimes, you know, you get some, and the ones I was seeing, they were all going one way. I made an assumption. That was on me. If I had actually looked at it and set up correctly to begin with, it probably would have been a single attempt flight. No big deal. The second thing, I was so tired from all the attempts that I was actually starting to have some mental fog just from exhaustion. Like I had been wearing the paramotor, struggling around the field. I was physically exhausted, which basically takes away from your mental capacity. So that is a thing. I should have set up further across the field, but because I was so tired, I probably was just being lazy or wasn't thinking it. I looked like I had enough room the way that I was going. Obviously, if I had shot the gap that I was aiming for, I would have had plenty of room. But I wasn't taking into the account that maybe my launch direction will change. The third thing, I was so focused on getting the wing up, by the time I actually looked ahead and was doing the math on how close I was to the tree, I actually could have actually been ground taxiing in a turn to go around the tree as I was building speed. For some reason, I was just running straight at it. Again, I'm going to chalk that up to a mental fog that was going on. Those are probably the biggest things that I can take away from this as to the why. If I had done any of those things different, this likely would not have occurred. And it was a pretty minor thing. You know, that's the things that I'm going to take away from this and learn from this. Also the gear. You know, I'm on that high-end glider. That thing is hard to launch. It's just a fact. So, well, hello there, Melba. Gesundheit.
So I Sorry.
So yeah, let's get back to the footage, and I'm gonna quit bothering you here, and we will see you guys on the next one. So I hope you guys liked the video. Consider giving it a thumbs up if you did, a thumbs down if you crash every time you dodge a tree, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Subscribe for more. I've still got a lot of unpublished content. I made this video relatively fast, like I bumped it ahead of the queue. Still got a bunch of stuff in the queue lined up ready to go, but I made a Facebook post saying, you know, days since I've had a paramotor crash, 0 on Christmas Eve, and boy, people were concerned. Thank you for your concern. Everything is fine. And we will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to do all that stuff. Stay safe out there. Keep on practicing. Practice at the stuff that you're struggling with the most. That's what I do, and that's why I keep progressing as a pilot. And you can too. Don't be afraid to share your faults. That's okay. Everybody's got them. We all struggle somewhere. Even Super Dale, he struggles with his personality and his ability to see the truth. But hey, none of us are perfect. So much love, everybody. Kyle out.
We all make mistakes. Wise words. Yeah, I've been flying all day, but I came back for more. I lost.